Hey, this is Ryan at To Be or Not To Be Honeybee Removal. Making this video to give people an idea of what it all takes for a honeybee removal. They're all different. Bees are in different areas. So, give you a look, I got called out to this old house. It's about probably 120 years old. The great thing about this house is it's built better. These older houses have real true lumber. The bad side is it's built better and it's harder to get into. So to give you an example, follow me here. When I got here, all you can see is this little hole right here. Little hole. Bees are coming in and out of. And then as we pull back, you can see this comb in between the studs on both sides going up. Look at there. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, magnificent little creatures, but they are quite a pain sometimes. So this house, I had to pull back the aluminum siding, and then there was these old wood siding on the behind the aluminum, and then if you can see here, these planks go across the wall. So the problem with this style is if there's the slightest little hole, the bees get behind those planks, and then as you see, they'll just run it. I haven't even got to the end of this hive yet. It's still going up. God knows how far it may go on up the house. Who knows? I haven't got to the bottom either, so I said it may go farther down. That's basically like a pallet. That space between a pallet, the boards and the pallet, that's where they sit, right there like that, and makes for a beautiful little home. Now, sometimes people are like, well, bees, you should take the bees for free. Well, I don't know of anybody who would want to do this job for free. One, I have to carry liability insurance because you want to cut into a wall. You may be old wiring, it could be water lines, it could be gas lines, and then now if you're doing it for free, you're on the hook to fix somebody's home, and that's not a good thing. It is labor intensive. Also, you're in a hot bee suit the entire time trying to do some carpentry work. Then the equipment, because you usually scan the walls with infrared to see the heat signatures of the bees to find out where they're located at. This one, the walls are so thick I couldn't see, but it was obvious where the hole was. And then the bee vac. Once you get this all opened up, I'll suck up most of the bees in a bee vac where they won't be hurt. And it'll cage them for later. Hopefully we get the queen. That is not always the case. Sometimes she does get damaged. And then we have to remove all the comb. That's why a lot of pest control companies won't do anything. If they do, they squirt, but how are you going to squirt into this little hole and expect to kill all these bees? And even if you did, another hive would sense the honey behind the wall, and they just take up, make a new home. So this guy, he's a little older guy. He was getting stung inside his house, so it was kind of imperative to get this done. It was in the middle of March we are now, and we're getting some higher temps, we're getting more activity. Well, I knew as soon as I opened up the first piece down here, it was going to be a large hive that had been here for a long time. There were so many bees in this early that queen hasn't really started making any eggs yet, or laying any eggs, I should say. So when I opened it and they all flew out, I knew, well, it's going to be a long day. So this is what it looks like. You scrape it out, and then usually we'll spray it out with a degreaser to get all the residue that's left over after you remove the comb. And then I usually like to fill these giant voids full of insulation so the bees can't move back in, and then I have to seal everything back up. And call it a day. This may, if this comb keeps going, this may turn into a 2-day job. I've been here all day, so that's the rundown of it. Every hive's different. Sometimes they're in chimneys, sometimes they're in floor joists, walls, drywall, windowsills, you name it. I mean, if there's a tiny enough opening, you'll find it. And a lot of these houses, they leave vacant spaces in the wall. Even these newer houses, they'll put insulation where they should, and the bees come right in. So also even if you are wearing a bee suit, you're more than likely going to get stung sooner or later, depending on how aggressive the hive is, how good your suit is. I mean, just leaning against stuff, sometimes there'll be a push through into your suit and you'll get stung that way. So there's always that to prepare for you. Sometimes you get used to it after a while. But just because you're in bee suit, that don't mean anything. I don't like to smoke the bees. I know some people do. I'm not going to hold it against them if they do. It's just personal preference, because something like an older house like this, if I was to blow smoke into the house, stuff's pretty old. I figure, that's a little fire going in your canister. I don't think I'd want something to ignite inside the wall and burn this person's house down. So I try to stay away from the smoker. Luckily for me on this hive, they are pretty laid back. Nobody's really got really aggressive with me yet. Of course, then again, I haven't really cut into the comb or messed with their house yet, but sometimes you can't even get near the entrance and they're all over you. But anyways, thanks for watching. Just giving you an idea how bee removal is done. They're usually not quite always this big. I said this is at least it's over 6 foot in length, and so 2 studs are 16 to 32 inches wide, so it's a pretty good size hive. But thanks for watching. Have a good day.